The afternoon sun blazed down on the small rural town, where laughter echoed from a group of rowdy men gathered outside the community lodge. Their target was a young black woman named Maya, who had come into town to help with supplies for her grandmother. She was soft-spoken, dressed modestly, and kept mostly to herself, but her quiet nature made her an easy target for their cruelty. Claiming it was just a harmless prank, the men tied her to a wooden pole near the square, mocking her, snapping pictures, and jeering as if humiliating her were entertainment. Maya's eyes filled with tears, not because she was afraid, but because the sting of being reduced to a joke, stripped of dignity in front of strangers, cut deeper than words could express. Some bystanders chuckled nervously, too timid to intervene, while others shifted uncomfortably, realizing the men had crossed a line. Still, no one stepped forward to help her. That silence was its own betrayal. What the men didn't know was that Maya's older brother, Darius, had just been appointed the new police chief of the town, chosen for his record of integrity and his no-nonsense leadership. He was due to officially introduce himself to the community that very evening. When word of the joke reached him, whispered with shame by a store clerk who couldn't bear to keep it hidden, Darius left his office immediately. He didn't storm in with sirens or backup. Instead, he walked calmly to the lodge, his tall frame casting a shadow across the ground as he approached. The laughter that had filled the air slowly died as the men noticed the uniform, the badge, and the unreadable expression on his face. Without saying a word at first, Darius untied his sister, helping her to her feet with a tenderness that made the crowd realize exactly who she was. Then, his eyes turned cold as steel as he looked at the men who had mocked her.
"You think tying a woman to a pole is funny?"
Darius asked, his voice low but carrying. No one dared to respond. "That woman is my sister, and I'm your new chief, which means your days of thinking cruelty is entertainment are over." The silence was heavy, broken only by Maya's steady breaths as she stood beside him. Stronger than they realized, shame burned on the men's faces as the crowd watched, the weight of their actions suddenly undeniable. The joke had collapsed into a moment of reckoning, one that would define Darius's leadership from the very start. From that day forward, no one in the town forgot that the woman they mocked had family who would protect her, and a chief who demanded respect, not just for her, but for everyone.